Hello my lovely, Sophia here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. If you are new, then please feel free to explore the channel. There's various readings. There are live readings that I do as well. Also, I have 3 playlists that might interest you, where there are other channeled messages from famous people or celebrities or cases, investigative energy cases. There's pick a card readings. There's various numbers of them and timeless. And also a Get Them Back playlist if you're wanting somebody back in your life. Also below any of my videos, I have a list of the services I provide and what I do, because I am also a life coach, so I can help you to get what you want in your life if you're not seeing any changes or been trying to get something. Today's video is going to be a message from Amy Winehouse. Amy popped into my head probably last week, and I totally forgot about her. And then when I was literally thinking, who can I do next? You know, what should I do next on my channel? Whether it was from a channeled message or a reading, love reading or whatever. On the radio played one of Amy's hits. So I was like, oh, Amy, forgot about you. Okay, I'll do you next. So just a couple of things before I start the video. Just to remind you, this is based on what I am being given by Amy. I hear spirit a bit like through a spirit box in sort of words or one sentence or something, you know, it's brief. So I use the cards as pictures to fill in the story, and then spirit will sort of say to me yes, no, or whatever. The video is for entertainment purposes only. I do not go into other psychics' energies or their readings. What they bring through might be different to what I bring through. I'm not interested. It's what I bring through, okay? How I work, how I connect with spirit, and what I bring through. I also want to address about spirit. We're all energy, whether we're in the physical human body or in spirit realm. Some people do not believe that we carry on after we leave our physical body. Everybody is entitled to their own beliefs and opinions. Some people have been saying, leave the spirits alone, leave them alone. My lovelies, again, it's a bit like connecting to somebody if you're ringing them, or somebody's ringing you and you don't want to talk to them. Believe me, if they do not want to connect with me, they will not connect with me. But most of the time, they do. They're excited to put across their opinions. They're excited to be remembered and have a say through mediums and psychics. Especially when I'm doing the pet readings. You know, they don't have a voice. They can't speak words. And most of the time, the majority of the time when I'm doing a pet reading, that pet is like an excited child at Christmas. It is absolutely so bursting with joy that it can communicate with its owner and tell them that they loved being with them, they're grateful for what they did, they're bringing through their little characteristics as well. So it's not just humans, it's pets. Everything is energy, whether it's an ant or an elephant. Okay, so I don't want people to think, oh, you're digging this person up and intruding in their rest in peace time. Okay, spirits want to communicate with you, even if it's your own loved ones that have passed on. They're around you. Every spirit reading I do from a loved one in spirit is saying, I am around you, just talk to me normally, I will give you signs that I've heard you. They don't want to be forgotten. They are telling you that they're around you. And even the famous people, okay, celebrities, were just human beings, okay? They want to talk to people. They want to express how they feel. Anyway, enough of my waffle. What I'm going to be doing is tapping into Amy's energy on what she wants to say to us. And also a couple of things that I'd like to ask her. And also I do fast forward the shuffling because I am a methodical shuffler and it takes out the boringness of watching it. Okay, so the next clip that you see is going to be going into the reading. Okay, my lovely. So Amy, just a general sort of quick hello or whatever you want to say to us. So we have here where she's saying that she is thanking her fans for appreciating her music and the fame that she had for the music and the work that she did. And with this card, she is telling me that I am okay and at peace in myself where I am in spirit. She knows that she was judged a lot. And she's saying to me, but that was through the choices I made at the time I was here. Trapped here in her own sort of thoughts and sort of self-sabotaging, if you like, she's saying. She's saying here she is with, this card usually is significant of a mother, but I know that her mother is still here. So she's bringing through grandmother here. So she is with her grandmother. Now, again, okay, again, when spirits say they're with a relative or with somebody, it's either that person met them, greeted them as they transitioned, or they meet up with that person, they spend time with that person. It doesn't mean that they're stuck to that person for eternity. Okay, I just want to clear that up as well, because that has been raised as well. So anything more on that initial message, Amy, please? The door to spirit is open. Yes, she's saying that, you're communicating with me. I'm here to communicate with you. The door to spirit is open. She hasn't got the door closed, so she's perfectly fine communicating with me, okay? And with you as well to bring her message through. Again, for any of those who think that I am badgering her or whatever, she came to me before I do the readings. Okay, like I say, she came to me, I forgot about it, and then was thinking, what can I do next on my channel? And her song played as if to say, remember me, you were going to do me. So let's move on to anything about that you would like to say to your parents. She wants me to change decks, so bear with me. Anything to your parents, please. She is thanking them for their patience, for the ups and downs that she went through in her life. She knows what they went through as parents, although she didn't necessarily see it at the time. She was here, now she's transitioned and can see from that love. Remember, spirit comes from a love and light energy. Okay, there are obviously lower realm spirits who, are mischievous, who are still stuck in that level. Okay, but what she's saying is that to her parents, thank you for the patience that you had with me. I know there were some fiery moments, there were some calm moments, up and down, but also for the support that they gave her. Now, she's also showing me telling me about the foundation, the Amy Winehouse Foundation that her parents set up, and she is thanking them for that because it's helping so many people, she's saying. And to thank the public as well for their support. If any of you are listening and you support you donate to the charity, to the foundation, sorry, she's saying that she supports that and is thankful as well. From her heart, she's saying, I'm thankful for that. Yes, the money, and for other causes that she's saying she's very proud. She's very proud. She's very grateful for the work that's being done, the support it's given to so many other lost souls, she's saying, who can find help. Not lost souls in spirit, but lost souls here, people who feel lost. Okay, it's like for myself being a life coach, helping people to get out of that mental prison, if you like, where you're just stuck in thoughts and whether it is just in your own mental thoughts, how you're thinking about yourself or how you think others think about you or the world, but also any with addictions as well, she's saying, whatever the addiction is. She is just grateful. She's very proud. She's very supportive of this. She knows it brings a lot of healing to people. And also, it's not just that foundation. She's saying her own foundation that her parents had set up. There were other things that she did when she was here that she had very strong feelings about, causes and things that she wanted to support as well. Especially, towards her mum and her dad as well, knowing that her dad has a lot of passion for this and was very supportive of her. So she's acknowledging that. Also, she's sending healing to her mother. She said, I'm sending healing to my mother. So I don't know if her mum has an illness or something here. But she's sending healing light to my mother as well. There's some kind of, whether it's just stress or a physical illness or something here. And again, it's like looking down on her with this loving, healing energy there. It doesn't matter how long time has passed. I'm always with them, she's saying. What about one of these, my lovely, to your parents? Yeah, again, that heart chakra healing energy. Okay, so just the healing energy around them both, through what they've been through with her passing, losing me, she's saying, but also the work that they're doing, the work that they, healing themselves in their thoughts. So a very loving, healing energy she is giving to them, and a lot of thank yous. Okay, what about to your brother? You have an older brother, I believe. She wants him to remember their childhood days, before the adult days, if you get what I mean. Happy childhood memories here. Yeah, before things were revealed about, before she got into the problems that I went through, she said. Again, her thought process, the addictions, she's saying. Okay, so what about Amy, my lovely? Okay, she wants to bring in one of these. Yes, again, the childhood memories, okay, and being robbed of the more time that they could have had together, her and her family, not just her brother here. Okay, and one of these she's wanting. Yeah, but she's free now. She's free from the restraints of the physical, mental mind and what was going on in her life. And again, she is wanting to be okay. She's wanting to be remembered for her skills and talents. Okay, not the dark side of her, what she was going through when she wanted to, was going through this, the addictions, and the stories as well that have been written about her and what she's been through. She wants them to remember her in the loving way, which she says, I know that they do. Okay, so let's look at anything that you want to bring in about your career. Let's start with your career. I know you've put here about thanking people for it, but anything else about your actual career before things did take a turn towards the darker side of things? It was very up and down. There were, good times and bad times, she's saying. She enjoyed being able to express her talents, she's saying. Also, she's showing me like the awards that she won as well. She is thankful for those. They were proud moments. But again, it did leave this, when she's saying about it was up and down, she's saying that it is a business, as with any limelight positions that people have in their lives, you know, if they're a celebrity or famous person or whatever. Here, under the spotlight, she's saying there were times where it made you very vulnerable. You know, we look at the money side of it, the money that it can bring us, as well as our talents. She's sort of saying, okay, what she's bringing through is that as talented people, whether you're an actor, a writer, a poet, or a singer, or whatever, artist or whatever, anything where you have a talent, skills and talents, when picked up on, becomes a financial issue. So you're given that money, you then live that lifestyle accordingly or whatever, okay, for the money that you receive for your fame, she's saying. But it can have its problems. It's not all roses, okay? She's saying that for some people it is. They can handle that fame. For others they can't. For others they get lost and it becomes their nemesis, she's saying. Oh, interesting. Haven't used that word for a long time. Okay, so bring through in these about it. Yeah, it takes a lot of strength and courage sometimes, and the confidence to carry on. It can be an emotional, very emotional journey, she's saying. And having a lot of patience, journey. Look, it can be a long journey, okay, but having that patience to 1 minute you're in that happiness, she's saying, you know, reveling in the limelight, but then you feel knotted up, you know, you feel that your hands are tied, or you become stressed, some of us, okay, and then she said, that's when I had my attachment to the darker side of life. Okay, but she is again saying, I appreciate all the love and the support I did have from my family and friends as well. Okay, so what, and you know, friends, she's saying, as well as those in the music industry and in the industry that I was in. What else, my lovely, on the your career? Yeah, the sort of expectations that people expected from her as well, the expectations. You're producing good stuff, she's saying, but then, you know, at times when you don't want to, it's expected of you to keep the money coming in, to keep the, you know, your sort of record label or whatever, your work going, she's saying. Yeah, the work to keep those cogs turning, to keep it going, as she was just saying there. Okay, okay, so any final thing to fans or the music industry there? The speed it can go at times, she's saying, can be overwhelming and can pin you down, okay, where you feel, oh my goodness, it's going too fast. Things are getting, you know, where you want to sort of, she's saying, where there's times where you think, she is swearing here, but you know, oh, F it, I want to just spend time to myself, do what I want to do, but then you've got those work commitments and things that you've got to work to, she's saying. So it takes its toll. It took its toll on me, she's saying, for me as in my fame journey, she's saying. Okay, so what else would you like to say about the problems that you had? Okay, that in the time that you were in that sort of, you had your drugs, you had the alcohol, you had depression, you had eating disorders. What do you want to tell us about those times? And, you know, you had rehab, and then you know, your song, I Don't Want to Go to Rehab, sort of thing. What about that time in your life? Because there were a couple of times you were arrested or cautioned. What would you like to say to us about that time? What's your message on that? As I was shuffling, I was saying, you know, what about that time period? She's going, what? Sex, drugs and rock and roll sort of thing. She said it was a way of escaping. It was to go into another world where I was escaping one world and being in another. Despite the illness that it was having on her, physically, mentally, and spiritually as well, she's saying, my whole essence of me totally changed during that time, she's saying. Although at the time I felt it was a high for me to get out of the lows or to feel numb against what I was going through. She knew it was taking a toll on her body. Yeah, which led to my death, she's saying, okay, the sort of being released. So she's saying two things there. She's saying, yes, it gave me that freedom to release from what I was going through as a form of escape, but also she is saying, yes, it led to my passing. Here, okay. Again, because she felt trapped, and in a way it was a cry for help, she's saying. She didn't want to be going through that, but it was easier to go through that. Not easier, but again, she's just saying the word addictions. When you are addicted to something, you try to give it up, but you've got to want to give it up, she says, or else we go through a life-changing incident that we realise and it wakes us up. So she says it again, it was that journey. She's taking me back to that journey card. It was a journey for me and a battle as well. Okay, so anything else with these? What about one of these? With the success and being in the limelight. Okay, the pressures of being in the limelight in front of an audience here. But at times, yeah, she was going through these feelings. Okay, feeling that everybody was attacking her own thoughts attacking her, feeling shut out. But the key was right there. She could have got out of it, she's saying. I could have if I was stronger, but I couldn't. I tried, but I wasn't strong enough, she's saying. Yeah, and peace, that one she's showing me, that one's the same. That peace from the success and the victory again, from my fame, I wanted peace. The addiction for me seemed like the escape here, as it does for most people, she's saying, who are addicted to things. It's that sort of high and then the massive lows. Yeah, she's wishing she had been more mature about it as well here and valued herself more and it not going to her passing there. Okay, so bring in one of these. Yeah, she wished she had never done it. Okay, I wish I'd never done it. But again, it was because of my fortune that became my end. And also the lies that were being said in the industry and the media as well. Okay, so let's look at surrounding your passing, because you had given up the alcohol and that, the drugs. Things were going okay. Not saying they were perfect, but things were looking good. But then you went back into it and unfortunately was found alone. Your death was misadventure, but it was accidental alcohol poisoning. So what would you like to say about that? Yeah, she had started to, she said a couple of things. She's saying, I was starting to reflect back on things that people had said, my own thought processes, old thoughts coming in to haunt me, sort of thing, to set me back in my again, being stuck in that pattern. Hearing things. I felt that she heard something as well, somebody talking about her. She's saying, she said gossip. So whether it's old gossip or leading up to, you know, what made her spiral again. Yeah, sort of words, arguments. There may have been a disagreement with somebody or some dispute. Doesn't have to be a raging full-blown argument, but little niggly things had started to rear their head again, she's saying. So again, it led me to, how can I block this out? I'll have a little drink. A little drink won't hurt, but she said obviously it led to more. Yeah, she did really think about it. Oh, I shouldn't. I don't want to go back to where I was. But what had happened, again, finding something out or hearing something or having a little disagreement with somebody was the tipping point, she's saying. Okay. Okay, she was trying to be strong for her family, but here we are, the addictions, okay, being handcuffed to the devil, the addictions, the negativity here. Okay. Let's bring in these. So, yeah, talks with the talks and storm warning. Okay, there was some kind of talks here, or something she overheard, or something she was physically involved in, some kind of dispute or disagreement, or hearing something. There was some talk somewhere, maybe she read something, but she's saying that led me to, I'll just have a little, I know I shouldn't, but then she said it got to that F it. Okay, once she started to get tipsy, she's saying, it sort of gave her that feeling of, yeah, who cares sort of thing, and then it spiraled, it went out of control. Again, you know, she did think, what are people going to think about me if I start this again? She'd had support and, you know, from her parents, from her family, from friends, from, you know, her dad, but also, you know, her parents, both of them, she's saying, from another man in her life at the time that she was close to, who she was serious with. So I feel it's not the one she was married to. Who was he? Blake? Somebody? She's saying not Blake. Yeah, loving relationship where she had changed. Okay, so seeing somebody else, I don't know personally, but in a serious relationship, and she didn't want to let him down, but the attachment to the alcohol, even though she'd given it up, she's saying, was too much. It was like it said, death by misadventure and accidental alcohol poisoning, because it wasn't intentional. She's telling me it wasn't intentional. I didn't do it recklessly. It's sort of, well, one glass won't hurt, you know, thought about it. I really want to, but I know I shouldn't. But then, oh, well, perhaps if I just have one, it might sort of settle me a bit, especially if she'd heard something or been involved in an incident and shaken her a little bit. And like, you know, oh, I'll have another. I'm feeling fine. I'll have another. And then it just got out of hand. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have any more. You know, no, I shouldn't be doing this. But she's saying, okay, although this is when this card is usually for me like a sexual attraction, she's saying it was the attraction to the alcohol that was too much. She knew she shouldn't do it yet because of her body. Okay, and she's saying her parents here, you know, though it's just mother, her parents and her family, but she just it wasn't meant to be. She's saying, okay, say that more. She's saying, although advised, she's saying that it could have, if I started drinking again or taking drugs again, it would have a devastating, it would have consequences. She's saying after what happened, something that shook her, I'll just have like one to set my nerves, or I'll just have one or two, I know I shouldn't, that sort of thing. And then she got into that sort of tipsy state, if you like, where everything feels calm. Oh, I'll have another. And she's saying it was an accident. Okay, it was an accident. Here. Again, the sort of, it is the death card, but it's death and rebirth. So again, what was going on in my head? I feel something she seen, whether she read something or heard something, that, or physically saw something happening in front of her eyes that set her back here. Yeah, that tower moment, that wasn't fair. Okay, I feel that it was maybe something with a man. I'm not saying it was a man she was in a relationship with or a father. It could just be any man who walked up to her and said something or whatever. But I feel a male is involved in whatever she found out or heard. Perhaps a man wrote the article, or whatever it was. She didn't like it. I feel like I need a drink to settle me because it's shaken me up, but I know I shouldn't. I'm past that. I don't want to go back to that, but I'll just have one. It led to more, and boom, she's saying here. Okay, so anything that you want to say about your marriage, to Blake? I know I don't really want to dig that up, but anything quickly there? Okay, yeah. Okay. In this, she's saying about how it was a time where it caused a lot of frustration, is the word she's saying, frustration. This is sort of where the she said she's not blaming him, but it was through that period of knowing him that the addictions, the illnesses, and the sort of stress and that came in. So say more about that. Yeah, although she wanted to walk away, and she said there was lots of leavings, it was very on and off. She always felt that there was something better, but she did think a lot of him. Okay. Okay, she's showing me those. It was sort of the money and the social life. She's just saying it was something that I was caught up in. But she doesn't really want to talk much about it here. It's making me feel sick thinking about it. She's not saying that he made her feel sick, but it's a time that was not good. A lot of emotions and an emotional time and foolish time. Okay. What about one more in these? Yeah, bad health. Ill health at the time during the marriage and the divorce. Okay, but the partnership was hard work, she's saying. Okay, so she doesn't want me to go any more into that, which is fair enough, especially if I'm feeling not very good inside about it. Then I know that that's the energy that she's putting on me at the time that she was in that. Okay, not what she's now, but I'm asking her about that. So any other last words? Let's come to these, my lovely. Any final words that you would like to say to us before we leave you? Through all the struggles, the good and bad, the fights, the arguments, the stresses, the disagreements, things that were written, said, believed about her, things that she believed in as well, she's saying, and the foolish things that were done. I would not take away my music, my talents, the fame for the good, she's saying. But I know the addiction side was foolish of me, because I could have given so much more with my talents, she's saying here. Yeah, although this has got caps, she's saying it's not the, she's not showing that for the drink. She's saying I could have gone on for more successes. Okay, if only I had turned my back on the drinking for good. Okay, I could have gone on to do much more productive stuff, more creative stuff, but and she's saying that she's sorry for leaving her family there. Okay, I'm sorry for leaving my family, for how I left the physical to the spiritual. Okay, and she wants to bring in one of these as a final. Yeah, because of the path she was torn between, the indecisions, the good and the bad, she's saying, the ups and the downs. Because of the fame that she had. Okay. But she appreciates everybody's love and support, and she wants you to know that she is at peace. She's saying the other side of the other end of the rainbow with my pot of gold, she's saying. Okay, Amy, thank you very much. So, my lovelies, I'm going to leave Amy's words with you. Hope this has brought you some insight into her life, although we touched on it surface level. Again, it's for entertainment purposes only, my lovelies. Take what you will from it, leave the rest behind. Love and light.